live. Going live. Okay. I need to send somebody a message so they know I switched my lives because it's not the one I scheduled. Let me see here. Let me share to Facebook. So much. It's so much. It's not going to share to my Facebook. No. Okie dokie. I don't know. I'm lost now. Let's see. Hi, Jeffrey. I see you. How does it sound? You're in there. Sounds good. Okay, I think it's the wrong link, and I don't know what to do about that. So here we are. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send a message. Okay, I'm in a different link. Okay. All right, let's get started, everybody. I am so excited to see everybody. There's so many people here. Sounds good? Okay, good. Does it sound good on a TikTok? Maybe I shouldn't have tried to do them both at the same time. I'm just going to breathe. I would like to thank you all for coming to my first YouTube live and TikTok live for the first time in a very long time, at least first scheduled one. I will be doing a live. Hopefully I get it down a little bit better than I have it right now every Thursday at 5:30. So not at 5 at 5:30. My mods can't get here at 5 as easily. So 5:30 we're going to switch it to. So I just would like to share with you guys a little bit of can you both see my sacred space here? And I would just like to welcome you to it as we get started. So here it is. I was hoping to have them both here. I was hoping to have both the matte and the vinyl, matte and gloss, but I don't have both matte and gloss here. So we will have to we'll just have to look at the one. Okay. But before we do that, I would like to talk about a couple of things I have coming up. The one thing I just need to breathe. I have the bold here written on my notes of what I'm going to talk about today about this. So I'm just so excited to see you guys all here. First thing I'd like to talk about is Wildberry Candy Co. My pen name is CJ Berry, and Wildberry Candy Co. is my company that I am published under. And Wildberry Candy Co., I would like to talk about how that name came about. So one of the things that one of the things I focus on is karma gardening. And to me, karma has such a negative belief system around it. And I would like to point out that karma is good. It's what we sow, we reap, what we get back. And so karma gardening to me is planting those seeds along as we go. And sometimes we have to clear a path, clean up the rocks in order to plant the garden. And so karma gardening is what we're going to do. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube still. I hope it's working okay. So let's see. I'm going to try and share it out one more time. Oh, there it is. Hi, Tim. Thank you. Okay. Tell me if you need anything on that end over there. I don't know what I did wrong in sharing my YouTube channel. So karma gardening is something I'm going to focus on doing. And so that's why my name is Wildberry Candy Co. One of my grandmas was my strawberry grandma. She gardened a lot. And so strawberry grandma is where the berry comes from. And a wild comes from both of my grandmothers. My grandmothers taught me to be strong and independent. One of my grandmas, she taught me that I need to be able to depend on myself no matter what in life, because you never know what life is going to bring. And she always just drove that in. And she's so right. And it's so beautiful. And I'm just so excited about that. The other thing that I want to talk about is the Candy Co. Everyone's like, candy, you sell candy? And no, I don't sell candy. My Wildberry Candy Co. is about strength and authenticity and being who you are. And sometimes I'm sweet, Sometimes I'm sassy, sometimes I'm sour, sometimes I'm salty, and sometimes I'm bitter, like we all are. And so Wildberry Candy Co. is just an embrace of all of that. Also, my father, he taught me to drive a stick shift in an old early Dodge pickup truck. And in that Dodge pickup truck, it was flatbed with wood gates, but it was like a rusty orange color. And on the side, it had an old, worn out sign that said Candy Co. And so he would call it his candy truck. And he'd say, "Come on, get in. We're going in the candy truck. Let's do a dump run." So my dad was a salvager, and he was a lover of antiques and old things, which I am as well. And in that, he would take me, and I would jump out and I would salvage in the dump with him, drive my mother crazy. But that's okay, because one time I was able to salvage like $73 or something of copper. And so just I learned a lot during there. So Wildberry Candy Co. is for my grandmothers and for my dad, and for my sweet, sour, salty, sassy self as well. So just as embracing all of you. As we do that, I'd like to talk about how my book is not only dreams and nightmares that I've had, it is also memories from my past that have created the stones along the way that I have to garden to, that I'm gardening to remove in order to plant my garden. And I wrote this book as I went through my dark journey. So through my journaling and my dreams, I wrote it along the way. So I've been writing it for the past 3 years. And as I've written it, it's kind of changed and grown. And it's wasn't originally meant to be a book. Originally, it was just me writing my dreams, me writing in my journal, and then me going to therapy practice. One of the things in therapy that I learned is inner family network system. And the inner family network system is where we learn to love all of ourselves, where we realize we not only have an inner child, but we have maybe an inner man or woman that is wounded and needs loving as well, or an inner teenager that is wounded and needs loving. And so through that, we can learn to love each parts of those. For me, I have an inner manager that likes to control everything. And so my date book, my lists, all of it, very, very controlled and organized. And sometimes that inner manager forgets to schedule time for that inner child. And I will be feeling something and frustrated and like I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And what I need to do is I step back and I take a minute to say, okay, who is not getting attention? What part of myself needs some love right now? And when I do that, I can oftentimes think, I have not scheduled in any playtime, or I haven't done anything fun, or I haven't adorned in my fun adornment, or I haven't, reached out to my inner wounded woman and made sure she was comforted and kind and felt safe. So there's all those different aspects of you, and you'll find those out, through my book. I talk about how I came to meet each and every one of them up until a certain point. So the first book is in Dreams the Soul Cries, which is the name of the series. And this first book is called A River of Tears, which is often referred to as the dark night of the soul. It is my healing journey. I don't know that I would call it my awakening as much as I would call it my planting. And so a little snippet that you guys don't know yet is that my book will be available for pre-order on May 14th. And so I'm very excited about that. So when I open, wrinkle it, EMSR, is that what it's called? EMDR? I don't know what it's called. As when I open it, really depending on this cover, I may hate the cover. And I'm allowed to hate the cover because I designed the cover. So hi, Bubba. So if I haven't said hi to you, I'd like just to say hi to everyone. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Tim. Hi, Bubba. Hi, the bear. Hi, Tipsy. I've seen other people in here. Who am I missing? There's so many people in here, and I just want to make sure that, I recognize you all and say hi to you. So one of the things that I would love for you to do, and I'm going to have a contest. And for my contest, I'm going to be giving away my favorite book of what that I read that helped me start this journey. It's called the Warrior Goddess Training. And a lot of other things that I'm going to have also in my Etsy shop that's coming up. So if you pre-order the book, when you've pre-ordered it, take a picture of it. Take a picture of something about it, that you've pre-ordered it, your shopping cart, something, you found it on Amazon. Tag me in your video. And everyone that tags me in a video that they've pre-ordered, I'm going to put their name in a drawing. And then on July 6th, when I do my book launch party, I'm going to draw from everyone that has done a video and get a gift, do a gift with the book that got me to this point. So I just want to make sure that I'm appreciating everybody. So I will be doing more videos about that. You guys are getting all kinds of sneak peeks today. So one of the things about gardening is that I launched my book on April 26th. And that launched it, published it, sent it to publishing. And April 26th is my dad's birthday. My dad's been gone for quite some time now. And it was a hard day. And I decided it was the beginning. That's the first day of a beginning of a hard month for me. And so as I decided that I'm going to plant a garden with these hard days coming up, and I'm going to share them with you now. And hopefully I don't cry. I feel like I'm either looking at like one camera or the other, so I apologize. So my father's birthday, and I launched the book on my father's birthday. Coming up in 2 days, on May 4th, is the day that he passed away. And that is also a very hard day for me. And on May 4th is when I'm going to publicly announce everything outside of my live chat here. I'm going to start posting on them just to honor that day and to get everything going. I'll also post about the contest for doing I'll probably post that closer to the 14th. So my book will become available for pre-order on the 14th of May, which is my older sister's birthday. And she passed away some time ago as well from cancer. I am one of 9, and I am the third oldest. And the book will be available for sale on all platforms on July 7th, which is my brother's birthday, who has passed away also. My brother lived a life on the streets, and he dealt with depression a lot. And as I went through this journey, I felt like I understood him more and what he went through. And I just wish that maybe there was a book like this one that he could have picked up at some time to know he wasn't alone on that dark journey, because it doesn't matter, you can be in a crowded room and feel alone when you're battling depression and you're going through the darkest part of your life. And so I just, the thought in me was like, if somebody going through that could just pick it up and it would change and they would know they're not alone, then it was worth it. It was all worth it. So thank you for the sweet rosebuds. I really appreciate it. That is so kind. So that was the emotional part. So I'm going to go to some happy stuff now too. Continue my garden. On May 14th as well, I will be, is that what it's called? ASMR. I keep saying the wrong thing. To give you guys a little more here, because I'm excited about it. I've had this book since yesterday, and I haven't been, I was like, I want to open it and see. What if it comes out ugly and I'm like going to open it on live and gonna be like, oh, I hate it. You guys are going to get a real action. Talk about being authentic. You're going to get an authentic reaction from me when I open this and be like, who made my cover? Oh yeah, I did. So this is a secret nobody knows about yet, and I'm excited to announce it, that if you do, you're going to read my book on Kindle. It will be available on Kindle as well. It will not be available for audio yet. I still have to work that one out, but it will be available on Kindle as well. Kindle also has what's called Kindle Villa. And give me just a second here. My throat is I'm talking too much. Kindle Villa is Vella. I think it's Vella, Vella, has a way for me to upload short stories, and that you can get with tokens. And you get so many tokens a month just for being on Kindle Vella. So I'm going to start uploading short chapters once a week. So there'll be 8 of them between May 14th and when the book comes out. And so they're going to be prelude, it's going to be a more in-depth look at A River of Tears, and it is going to be called Seeds of Tears. It's going to be about what has planted those seeds and just different connections I've had in the past or even now that didn't make it into the book for some reason that are in there. And the second book to the whole series I am currently working on, because you don't write a journey and it just ends when you're writing your personal journey. It keeps going. And it is going to be A Garden of Tears. So today we're going to open in Dreams the Soul Cries, A River of Tears. Got too many of them going on in my head. And as I open it, and I'm going to read from it for you guys as well. So I'm very excited about that. So a little more teasing. I'm teasing myself more. I just want to like rip it open and be like, all right, sorry guys, I gotta go. I have a book to read. So not that I haven't read it 100 times already. One thing I would like to say is when you do purchase the book and when you do read the book, have yourself a box of tissues, a glass of tea, or whatever comforting thing you need, because it's not easy to read. It wasn't easy to live, and it's honest. And there's a quote that is often misquoted as being Hemingway, although he's not the one who said it. He said something similar, and then it was interpreted this way. But in order to reach your audience, an author must bleed on their page. And I wrote this completely open and raw and vulnerable. In sociology, we say that there is a front stage pass, or a front stage at every presence that everyone sees, and a backstage pass. And this is your look into my backstage. It is honest, it is open, and it is what I lived through. It is, that's all I'm going to say about it right now. Somebody keeps popping things above my head as gifts, and I am so grateful. I don't know what they are, and I don't know who's doing them. I just see things going up, and so I'm so excited, and I just am so thankful for those gifts. So, well, let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna do it. So, my book is published through Amazon, but it'll be I have an ISBN number, and it'll be available for order or anywhere books are sold. I'm touching it. I don't know why that got me. Okay, here we go. Ready? We're going to look at the back first. There's me. There's where it says editor's copy. So I'm not going to look. Okay, I'm just going to look at the back. I'm going to read you the back. Okay. I can't believe I'm looking at my own book right now. I don't even know if I can read it right now. Hold on. We're going to take a minute. We're going to look at the front, and then I'm going to read the back, because I cannot believe I'm looking and holding my own book right now. It just really hit me different than I thought it would. Okay. All I can say is if you are ever led to write, you need to. You really need to. Okay, here we go. Hi, dog. How are you? Okay, here we go. Ready? Here it is. This gray line will not be here. Can you guys see it? I'm going to look at it now that you guys got to look at it before me. I cannot tell you how much I love it right now. I thought maybe I would cry, but oh my God. Okay. Now, pull it together. In Dreams the Soul Cries, A River of Tears. I gotta grab those tissues I told you you're gonna need when you read it. There was a time where I could not tell the difference between my nightmares and my reality because they were so intertwined. And so I started writing. to try and find some balance between what I was living and what was haunting me at night. And this is so that anyone else who is ever going through that alone will know they're not alone. And all of you who have been following me for so long or recent, who has seen some of it, know it's been quite dramatic. I'm getting tears on it, which is cool. They say you must bleed on your page. Well, I have cried on it. So, tears exactly, Todd. I can't believe it. I'm just like overwhelmed. I was going to read to you from it. I did my makeup for today's thing and everything, and now I'm just crying. Okay, hold on. I'm going to read the back now, if I can read it. So, you guys, I love having both of the things up here. I wish I'd gotten the YouTube live figured out. I will figure it out. I figured out everything up until this point. I will figure that out as well. So, in Dreams the Soul Cries, A River of Tears is the first book of my personal journey through darkness. And I thought I was going to be able to read the whole back, and I forgot that it was going to have that. So let me just give you guys an up-close look at the back here. My ring light is messing that up, huh? And you guys, an up-close look. And on this side, my goal was for it to look like a leather journal, because I have a leather journal I write in right here. And my ultimate goal would be for it to come out eventually to publish it like this with an accompanied dream journal in it. So my next goal is to create an accompanied dream journal. And if I can get it done, hopefully it'll be coming out at the same time as the book, if not shortly after. Thank you, Todd. Thank you so much. So I want to point out a few things on here. The hourglass. Don't know if you can see it, but there is blood splatter on here. And across the back, there's a hint of a shadow. Those are secrets you guys get to know that other people won't get to know right away. As you watch my videos that I've been posting, if you go back and watch them, you will see hints, secrets revealed, little Easter eggs in all of my videos about the book. So if you see one and you say, I think this might be a secret, like we're going to give you one here, the hourglass or the blood. I welcome you to make a little comment in there that you've seen one of the Easter eggs on one of my videos. And that would just be a fun little scavenger hunt for me to do. I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to pull it together. I'm going to open it now and see the inside of it. Okay. Here it is. That's not what it was supposed to look like. So there will be one edit. I thought this was going to be one line like that. That is two lines as well. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to have to fix that. I'm not so happy. We're going to figure that one out. One of the other things in here that I would like to point out that my editor drove my editor crazy. Love her. She's so patient with me. Hi, Steve. Is that I annotate. I write in books. And I know that drives some people crazy. Some people don't want to write in books. Some people don't want to even dog ear the books. I welcome you. I welcome you to love this book as much as I do. And in doing that, I have tried to leave lots of spacing and lots of room for you to just annotate away. Annotate away. So let's go through this right now and show you a couple of things in here that I would love to show you. Okay, here we go. Knew what page I was going to read to, and now I can't remember. This is a completely blank page inside my book. I'm not sure why. I may leave it so you have plenty of writing room. Hi, Lo and Rod. How are you? Sneak peek of my book. So anyone who's just now coming in, I feel like there's more people coming in. Sneak peek look at my book. You're going to find poems that I wrote along the way, and you're going to find let's see, this poem, Bloodbath of Your Soul. And you're going to find these thoughts from my journal, and then they're titled. There will be some that say Memory Thoughts, which is the one I was going to read to you. Is this one here. Memory Thought is laughter. And then there's going to be dream titles. So that's how you can kind of tell how they work. One of my processes is when I dream, I sit down, and I do it much like I do with factoric poetry, is you jot down what stood out to you in that dream. A dream recently, the whole thing was in a blue hue. So I wrote that down. There was water, there was fog. I wrote those down. And then I'm going to sit back and meditate on them. And what does fog mean to me? Because dreams are very personal. And while somebody may be able to interpret your dream for you, they can tell you what's true for them, but you need to be able to tell what's true for you. For instance, some people love spiders, and some people not so much. So a spider in your dream could be associated to fear, but it could also be associated to gardening or beauty. So when you do dream interpretation, it's very important that you understand that it's what's meant for you. So before I read that memory title, Laughter, the beginning of it, I'm going to tell you guys a little story about consciousness. I believe very much that there are things that we cannot see in this world with our own eyes. I need to rephrase that. It is true for me that there are things in this world that we can't always see, but sometimes we can see them. And I'm going to give you an example. When I was working for a school district as a secretary in the office, there was a new custodian. He came in, grounds maintenance guy came in, and he had been working outside. I walked behind him, and there was a little spider on him. And I said, excuse me, there is a little spider on you. Do you mind if I squish it? He was like, oh no, please get it off. It was on the back of his shirt. So I just took a tissue and just got it. And then I saw another spider. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's another one. And I squished it and got it. And as soon as I squished that second spider and got it, they're little tiny flat spiders. A whole bunch of them crawled out from under the neck of his shirt and down the back of his shirt. Needless to say, it was his first day there. He had been trimming trees, and that was his last day there as well. He did not come back to work because his association with the spiders was fear. The spiders were there, even though he was not conscious or aware that the spiders were there. And they were still there. They were outside of his view. I think the same. For me, it's true that the same is true for spirits, for guardians, for extraterrestrials, for anything we put those names on to explain what we have seen. We don't know how to explain what we've seen. We've just seen something. And at this point, he hadn't seen it yet, so he didn't know they were there. He was afraid of spiders. It sent him off in one direction where he never came back to work. I'm going to tell you the story again. Say, for instance, he was raised like with fairies. In Ireland, wisps are spirit guardians that you can see lights floating around. And if you see them, they're considered good luck and they're considered beautiful, and you follow them to follow your destiny. Well, we'll tell this story as it happened, but a little different. So say I walked behind him and I said, oh my goodness, you have a wisp on your back. Because spiders we're raised to fear, but a wisp we would be raised to see as beautiful. So he would then look at it. He would go, really? Oh my goodness, that's such good luck. Be really careful with it. Let's scoop it off and put it outside. And then I would like, Oh my goodness, you have another wisp on your back. And like the luck. Oh my God. And then a whole bunch of them on him. You'd be like, you are covered in wisps. I probably would have married the man. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, like, that much good luck of all those wisps. What we associate with what we are seeing makes all the difference in the world. What energy we associate with it. So when you see something, remember that you are powerful, you are strong, and you are amazing. And when you have that perspective that this world, this universe is designed for our good and it's designed to be set out before us, then when we see something, maybe it's a spider, maybe we see it as good. I feel like I'm going to burp, like I'm catching a lot of air because I'm emotional right now and I cried and now I burp. Sorry, I cry and then I burp. So that's what that is. Christine is in there. Oh my gosh. Hi, Christine. It's good to see you, love. Okay. I'm going. 45 minutes goes really fast. I said I was going to make these 45 minutes because until I start interviewing people, that's plenty of time for me to be talking is 45 minutes. So I also wanted to tell you that my book will be available for sale on Amazon. I'm going to knock on wood on that, but hopefully I'll be able to go live and talk about my book and have the for sale on it. So as well. So, okay. This is the first time I'm reading from my book in paper. So bear with me. I'm sure I'm going to cry again. Okay. Before I start, my pen name is CJ Berry. In my book, my character's name is Azestal, and it is named after a zestalite, which is a new age crystal that was, when it was first found, it was founded by a therapist who first initiated using therapy and crystal therapy together. The dream Azestalite came to him, the name Azestalite came to him in a dream. And so I felt that naming my character something other than my name would make her relatable to other people so they could put them in her place. So her name is Azestal. If you're reading it and someday someone's like, what was the name? You're going to be like, I know it's Azestal, no matter how it looks, because I heard it out of the author's mouth. It's Azestal. The music of laughter echoed in the breeze as it danced through her tangled hair. She was covered in mud, and the desert sun was doing what it does best, beating down on her mud-streaked tan skin. With her hair matted, dripping down her face, she giggled into the water trough. This time, I'm gonna catch it. This time, she was going to catch the slime she was pretending to be fish. Giggling, she once again dipped her hands in to catch the moss. She startled as her horse nuzzled her neck, mixing the warm breath from its nostrils with the sun on her skin. As they played chase in the distance, the silly roosters crowed and the mean geese honked. The silly roosters were always crowing. Her horse snorted, pushing her just enough so that she fell into the water face first. Water danced like crystals through the air as her horse danced away laughing. Azestal emerged from the water triumphant, a smile on her face, holding a large fistful of moss. She yelled, I caught a fish. Leaping from the trough, her bare mulberry-stained feet hit the ground. The mud splashed around her as she danced in a race for her fort, ready to show her prize. Her laughter rippled through the air, carried on the glistening sunlight of each drop of water. The water splashed from the trough, gushing into a river, through the mud, and into the garden. And that is a memory of mine from when I was a little girl, that I was fishing in the horse's trough for moss. So, with a few little things that I seen in the beginning need to be fixed, like a whole extra page in here that I'm not sure why. In Dreams the Soul Cries, A River of Tears will be available for pre-order. I'm going to read the next little bit after that because I just feel like it needs to be read. And I often do what I feel led to do. There is a place of beauty in each of our hearts that runs pure and clean with the joy of the simple and beautiful pleasures of existence. Once lost, we will spend the rest of our lives searching for it. And with every bit of our soul, and with the thirst that begs to be quenched. Waking in the darkness, as Estelle wondered if the joy and the laughter of that moment would haunt her forever. As the surrounding silence bled into her soul, pondering that moment from so long ago, her laughter faded into the darkness. I'm going to cry again. I want to thank all of you guys again who have been here for so long and are here now for being a beautiful part of my journey, for being rainbows. I can't think of her name right now. She's one of my favorite authors. It says in here, hold on. It says her name. I'm not going to be able to find it. She said, people asked her how she had the courage to get up and speak in front of people. Maya. Please help me with her name if you guys can remember her last name. And she said, because I take everyone who's ever been kind with me. I say, come with me. Come up on the stage with me. Bring their kindness with me. It doesn't matter their religion, they believe in God at all, or what God they believe in. It does not matter their race or their gender. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that they've had kindness. And when they've had kindness, I say, come with me, because they've been a rainbow in my storm. And that way, hopefully I can be a rainbow in someone else's storm. So, thank you. Thank you, Christine. Maya Angelou. Thank you so much for that. Much love for that. My brain went blank. So I want to thank you guys all for being a rainbow in my storm. And hopefully I'm a rainbow in your storms as well. Thank you, bugs. So I have some time. If you guys have questions about my book, or if you missed something, please go ahead and put it in the chat. We're going to do this thing when I do my chats on Thursdays to put your questions in bold so I can see them. Or not bold. There's no bold on there. In all caps so I can see them. And then I will try and go back through and answer any questions. Next Thursday, we're going... Oh, trippy. My mother used to tell me that the only dumb question is the one we don't ask because we're afraid to ask. So please, you will never sound stupid. I will sound stupid, and I am happy to. So please ask away. Yeah, I think we all do. So one last look. Look at all those fingerprints on it. Someone said matte or glass showed a lot of fingerprints. So maybe that's something to take into factor. Next Thursday, I will be live again, both on TikTok and on YouTube. Hopefully I can figure out YouTube and actually be in the link that I create. I don't know why it wouldn't let me do that. I'm going to have to watch some YouTubes to learn how to do it. It was funny. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and we looked something up on Google, and they're like, just because it's on Google doesn't mean it's true. And I was like, okay, let's ask AI. If AI and Google agree, it must be true then, right? Anyway, the times we live in. So next week we'll be on karma gardening, which we talked about a little bit today, but we will talk a lot more about gardening and karma gardening. Title needs to be sender. Looks weird. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, it does. I don't like it at all like that. You know, it's funny because when I tell my editor that, she's going to be like, I told you so. I told you it wasn't going to look good like that. So the title for this is actually here and then here. because this is the series title and this is the name of the book, is A River of Tears. In Dreams the Soul Cries, A River of Tears. And on, yeah, here it looks weird. I don't like how that looks. It probably looks, because it's flipped backwards to you guys too. We'll have to play with that a little bit. I'll have to message her and be like, all right, I have some playing I did. And then if you go, starting on the 14th of May, if you go on to Kendall Vela, there will be prelude chapters to this, which will kind of cover what I'm talking about as well on my Thursday lives. So next week's is going to be about karma gardening and how important it is that we plant seeds that of strength and kindness. We're going to go into manifesting a little bit as well as we do that. I'm actually going to write manifesting down because I will forget that. And I really want to do that. Manifesting. Also want to tell you guys that right now, we're going to also this month talk about moon gardening and that there's different times that's better to plant different types of plants. We're going to learn more about the moon. And right now is a good time to plant seedlings for basil, bell pepper, broccoli, and cabbage. So I have an herb garden right now, and so I don't have any basil. And I will be going and getting some basil and starting my seedlings for basil. On my TikTok, I have a link to my link tree. So if you don't follow me on any of my other platforms, please do so. My newsletter goes out the beginning of every month. I just sent May's out yesterday, but if you DM me your email address, I will send you out. You're right. Planting herbs is so important. You're going to wait for there not to be snow. Where's it going? Oh, I don't know where it's going. I lost my, Linktree. Go to Linktree, and in Linktree, you can plant garden for your goats. Let them eat it. They'll love it. Go onto my Linktree, and you can follow me on, I'm on lots of other platforms. I am on X and on Clapper, but I don't go on there very often. If you message me, I might not get it on those ones. I just post on there, try and keep them up. But if you go on there and DM me your email address, I will send you out May's newsletter as well. If you go onto my website, you can actually see the link to May's newsletter and to April's newsletter. I'll keep my newsletters all on there. So that's on there as well. So any other questions or thoughts about the book? How do we feel about a dream journal where I go over how I go through my dreams? How I get to the point where I meditate on my dreams. That's the next thing I'm going to do. And I think it should be matching, like a matching cover with it. So. Oh, and pots, that's a good idea. That is a really good idea. Do it inside, all inside gardening. So also if you know anyone who you see one of the subjects on my newsletters that's coming up, who is an expert in those or who has written a book on them, authors, I love to promote other authors. Please send me their information, and then I can reach out to them and maybe I can go on their show or they can be on my show and we can go back and forth like that. So that would be good. Definitely want the dream journal. Okay, we're going with that. So, yes, lucid dreams. All of my dreams are very lucid. I feel like I'm living in them. And actually, I have another book that I've started writing that is completely a dream I dreamed not too long ago. That one's going to take me a little while, and that one is going to be a novel and maybe a series. So we will see how that goes. So I would just like to thank you guys all for coming and joining me as I opened my book and held it for the first time and sobbed my eyes out. And I love you all so very much. Please know you are not alone. When things don't feel right inside, step back, give yourself the times to rest, but also focus inward and say, who needs me to love them right now? What part of me needs a little extra love right now? And it's very possible that that part of you that needs a little extra love right now is screaming for attention. And um, just listening to your soul, you'll find that way. I'm here. I'm here as a spiritual friend. If you have a question about it, a dream you've had or something, I will be happy to try and walk you through it. So I will do my best. We're all just here to be here for each other. So thank you guys all so very much. I appreciate it. Oh, that is sweet, Todd. Thank you. Thank you very much. Much love and kindness and strength, and be authentic. Be yourself. There's only one of you, and we need you. Much love. And turning off.